The first time I saw a fake news story, I could tell pretty much right away that it was fake because it was so over the top. It was one of those stories in The Onion, which is a satire, and I knew it was satire as soon as I saw it, just from the tone and from the quotes that were attributed to people. Now, this fake news thing has gotten out of control. And when I say that, what I really mean is this, is that people have completely lost their ability to judge for themselves. When you're hearing something that sounds over the top, why don't you question it anymore? I'll tell you why. Because people have been lying so much and then caught in their lies. Everything from 9/11 conspiracy issues to assassinations of people going back to John F. Kennedy. We've become so accustomed to being lied to by people that we're supposed to trust that now we can't trust anything. And yet, because we can't trust anything, we begin to believe everything. Fake news has now just taken a turn technologically that could be absolutely devastating in terms of the ability to be able to even judge for yourself whether something is real or not. We now have the technology to put words into other people's mouths in real time, from the video and the audio with the synthesized voice and synthesized pictures. The story is in today's news. Check out the audio version, which I email out to my subscribers to get all of the details on it. But it is published basically at The Guardian, which is a UK publication, talking about how these new tools, it's called Face-to-Face, and it's primarily, right now, kind of a fun tool. It's being used by late-night comedians and whatnot. And this is the thing, the lips, it's not just some, like a video of somebody else's lips on top of it actually looks like the person who's talking, who's having their own mouth. It basically turns them into a puppet. Now, someone argued that politicians are puppets anyway, but that's not the point today. My point is this. How will you be able to know if you're sitting here watching a live press conference and you see the president or somebody else saying something, you see their mouth moving, it looks like they're really saying it, you hear the voice, it sounds like they're really saying it, but now you don't even know who's actually saying those words, because the technology has gotten to the point where it is being able to be manipulated for those who are in honest-to-God news organizations, journalists. We're going to have sources up the gump stump now to prove anything happened ever, which we probably should have to begin with. I mean, this whole one-source story thing, that's lazy. Thing is this. How do you know if you can't believe your eyes and you can't believe your ears, and you can't believe what you read? How do you know it's true? Something to ponder as we are now, I think, getting into the next stage of the evolution of the human psyche, where basically it's going to go I think it's going to go one of two ways. Either the point where no one trusts anyone, or everyone is being kept under tight control by a dictator. Hey, you know what? It might be both. Have you read 1984? Something to think about. If you'd like to engage me on the concept, send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com. Thanks.